Welcome to Hot 97 News, a brand new live news show where we're bringing you all the hottest stories across the country. I'm your host, Lana Harris, here with Rondell with 2 N's and Million.
Hey.
All right, y'all, let's get into it because just when everybody thought the Civil War was about to pop off in Minnesota, President Trump says that he and the Democratic leadership in Minnesota have come to an understanding.
That's our president, y'all. That is our president. Just when you count him out, here he comes pulling through.
That's your president. Again, I don't know why you keep saying R.
No, real talk though, I was terrified though. I thought
Same.
it was going to amp up, like you said, a civil war almost.
It seemed like they were trying to pop it off because I think a lot of people were thinking neither side is going to blink here. You know what I mean? Like the protesters aren't stopping. The Trump administration's efforts aren't stopping. Like what's going to happen here? But Trump posts about having a conversation with both Governor Tim Walz and Mayor Jacob Frey. He said he had a very good conversation with the mayor and that progress is being made and that Governor Tim Walz called him to figure out just how to work together, you know? So they want to figure out how to actually collaborate on the immigration enforcement in Minnesota. He said it was also a good call and that they appear to be on the same wavelength, which you can see in the True Social post that Trump put up there. He said that basically they are agreeing to figure out how to reduce the number of federal agents that are there and still be able to do what they need to do out there. Remember, there's about 3,000 agents in this effort right now, 2,000 ICE, 1,000 Border Patrol agents. And you had seen, beforehand that they were like 80. Before all of this. So they really ramped it up out there. So potentially kind of taking some of those agents back off the street and putting them, somewhere else around the country. And then making sure state officials can look into the Border Patrol shooting, not just having it kind of put behind closed doors, having federal officials look into it. And then again, just having more coordination and collaboration with the state. So that's what they've decided.
Now, do you think that it's maybe like a here and I'm not really gonna do it? Like I'm just telling you, I'm just saying stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just gonna say this to make you feel good, but it's not really gonna happen. Do you think that's a possibility?
I mean, even to your point, to add on to what you was about to say, I mean, not only is it that, but like, would this make the protesters happy? Yeah. Because that's the real issue here. It's not just the federal government sending out troops. It's also that the people aren't happy that ICE is even there. So if ICE is still there, you're saying that they're still going to be doing some of the work there. Who's going to be happy in this situation? I mean,
we'll see what happens because you're right. I mean, the protesters, it kind of does hinge on them. Does this make them all go away? But it seems to me like the Trump administration, specifically Trump himself, I think Trump himself is seeing what's happening right now and is not really loving the vibe of what's going down in Minnesota. And I think everybody's kind of looking for an off-ramp. I actually think this incident might have accidentally pushed it to that point because it seemed like both sides were not going to budge and it was getting weird. And so after this, it's like, all right, maybe we should. And part of that is getting Greg Bovino out of there. So Greg is going to go back to where he came from.
He needs to.
I mean,
this man is scary.
Some people are pissed about it, I will say, but other people are kind of relieved. He's been the commander at large overseeing the major immigration operations really across the country. He's been in several states at this point. And so now he's going to go back to the El Centro sector in Southern California where he came from, which actually makes a lot of sense to me because that means before all of this, he was like at the border. You know what I mean? So he was dealing with like real stuff and then took that energy into like Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, he's hardcore too. Go to this man's Instagram and just give it a quick scroll. Tell me what you see. Like he's one of those people that is completely proud of his job, and his job is like detaining illegal immigrants, and it's so weird. It's so weird.
It's like he shouldn't be that happy about this. A little too happy about it. And actually, CNN is reporting that DHS also said that he suspended Bovino's access to his social media accounts, effective immediately. Because apparently he was popping off in the comments and just responding to a bunch of lawmakers and other people after the shooting in Minnesota. Yeah. After the second one that's got everybody kind of in a tizzy, everybody's like, all right, you you gotta come up off of this.
Look, he posting on his, if y'all, like he said, if y'all have a chance, go look. He's definitely posting these like illegal immigrants like trophies. Like they look like trophies on his page. Like, look who I caught. Look who I caught. Look who I caught. Bruh, it is bad. It is extremely bad. He is a scary person. And I didn't even know about him till this morning. And I was like, who is this guy? Amelia told me, and I went and looked. He looked like an action figure. And I'm just like, oh, hey, bruh, yeah, we don't want him, bruh, at all.
Bro walks around with a trench coat on.
It's because of the coat.
He walks around with a trench coat on, and it looks almost Nazi-ish. I'm just saying, it looks kind of Nazi-ish. I'm not saying that's what it is, but like, who chooses to wear a trench coat at their job nowadays? That's so outdated in a sense.
And if you look it up, you'll know what we're talking about. Now, DHS says technically he's not fired. He's not demoted. This is Tricia McLaughlin, who said Chief Gregory Bovino has not been relieved of his duties. As the press secretary said from the White House podium, he is a key part of the president's team and a great American. That's because they were getting some pushback. You know, Nick Sorter and, people on that side, kind of on the right there, felt like, this is ridiculous. This guy's been a patriot. He's been doing what he, was supposed to be doing out there in these streets. But I don't know what you call it when you are taken off the position that you are on and sent back to the position you were doing before. I mean, you can say whatever you want, but
it's called demotion. That is what demotion is.
Some people would call it a demotion.
No, that man is crazy though, because there's been reports that actually in September 6th of last year, during Chicago's immigration enforcement campaign, Operation Midway Blitz, he led that too. A judge ended up filing restraining orders against Bovino and some of the people underneath him also. So
wait, what year was that?
This was 2025, September 6th, last year. Yep.
Was that because of the whole tear gas canister incident?
I'm not 100% sure, but there was just tactics under Bovino's command they just was not rocking with in Chicago.
There was an incident. This has to be it. I don't know if it is for sure, but there was an incident that happened in Chicago. It is, says the voice of God from off screen, where Bovino was basically accused of throwing tear gas at basically a crowd that had gathered there to protest. And he said, well, they threw a rock at me first. So that's why I threw the gas canister. And it later came out that he basically just made that up. It was a lie. There was video evidence that proved that he wasn't telling the truth. Sounds familiar.
That's crazy.
Video evidence proving that you're not telling the truth.
That's what I'm saying. This man is scary. This guy is weird.
I got a question, and this is not about this, but this is just about regular life.
Yeah.
These people have to have friends, right? They have to have people that they talk to. Like when you go to dinner with your homie and you sit down with them and eat, you have to have somebody to tell you, hey, bro, you're tripping. Like what you got going on, dog? You tripping. Like, where are their friends at? Where are the people in their corner to be like, hey, dog, calm it down, brother. Like you wilding out here, bro.
Honestly, I think that there's like an echo chamber around him. Like I think the people he surrounds himself are like legitimately happy about everything happening right now.
Okay.
The question is whether like the country feels the same way. Because even I know a lot of Trump supporters who are thrilled that they are actually tackling legal immigration enforcement, but they don't want to see it go down like this. You know what I mean? So the people who are a little too happy about the tactics that we're seeing is like, wait, okay, this is, what are we talking about here?
No, that's real though. I'm one of the people that you talk, not a Trump supporter necessarily, but somebody that's okay with like the illegal immigration and how they should be handling it. I ain't gonna say how they're handling it now, but how they should be handling it. And the fact that like he's parading it around was uncomfortable to me. I'm like, bro, this isn't something you're supposed to be like championing or anything. Like it was weird to me.
Well, and you know what's interesting about this specific incident? It seems like even President Trump is trying to distance himself away from some of the things that he's been saying, talking about Bovino. So Caroline Levitt was basically talking
as I've
the
said,
White House,
I have not heard the president.
And she was asked about this. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. So remember, Greg Bovino had this to say about 37-year-old Alex Preddy. This is the ICU nurse at the VA who was shot and killed by Border Patrol agents. This is what Bovino said to describe what happened.
The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement.
And I think anybody who looks at the video says that's like not what happened. Like objectively, that's just not what the video shows. Unless you know something we don't, and unless there's another video angle that we haven't seen, that's just not what the video evidence shows. So then Caroline Leavitt was asked at the White House, like, hey, does President Trump agree with the people in the Trump administration, like him and like Stephen Miller, who were saying that this guy was a domestic terrorist?
Yeah. Look, as I've said, I have not heard the president characterize Mr. Preddy in that way. However, I have heard the president say he wants to let the facts in the investigation lead itself.
So it's like not even Trump is hopping on board with that narrative, you know? Trump is saying, like, I would like to wait for the investigation to unfold. And that's what I think most people wanted. Even if it turned out that he was this nefarious, terrible domestic terrorist guy, like, let's wait until the investigation happens to prove it.
Right.
Bruh, he just said, what he say? He had 2 magazines? That's not a massacre. Unless he got a switch on that thing. Like, bro, you're not massacring a bunch of people with 2 magazines. That's only 16 bullets. That's what, 20, was that 32? That's only 32. You're not half of those bullets ain't gonna hit nobody. So massacre is crazy. Y'all use these words and try to like fear everybody and say these crazy narratives, bro. It's not, like these people have to use their words very wisely when they talk. Because saying he was trying to massacre is crazy, bruh. Massacre is crazy with 2 magazines. Like, even the best shooter is not gonna hit 32 people with 32 bullets. It's just not happening.
And I think that's why the NRA kind of stepped in and was like, wait a minute, you can't just say he was definitely going to go massacre people just because he had a gun and magazines. Like, that's their whole thing. Guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Exactly.
So you can't just like make the rule change to fit a narrative.
Right.
To fit a narrative.
Especially when bro had his hand, Preddy, the man that, God rest his soul, had his hands up. You know, that's it's kind of hard to prove that he was gonna be a terrorist and he was out there to shoot some stuff up when he had his hands up and he was protecting a woman, it seemed.
After getting what looks like tear gassed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what can you really do or think he's about to do after he got it to like the whole face and body? Like, if he's shot, I mean, got up at that point, you know, we're not talking about Iron Man here. So, you know, I think everybody was like, yeah, we got some questions about this, to include the president of the United States. But there are a lot of other things going on in this country that does not involve what's going on in Minnesota, though we will keep our eye on it. Of course, the president has also said, just to button that up, that they are still looking into the fraud allegations that are apparently running rampant in Minnesota. That's very important to him still, so we'll keep an eye on that as well.
I forgot all about those. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I forgot about the Somalians for a quick second, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you.
It's all,
oh my God. I'm glad you just brought that up because I really did just forget about that.
There's too much going on.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, somebody asked me yesterday, I'm not going to say who, why they're over there. That investigation is coinciding at the same time. I don't know.
Lana, you just opened my mind up for a second because I was like, we've been talking about Somalians for like weeks and now I ain't heard nothing.
Wait till we get to Iran.
Oh,
we got that back in the queue as well. But first, we want to stay just here in the country because this was actually really big and I think a lot of people missed it. And I'd love to get your opinion on this as well. Republicans just voted to keep a so-called kill switch in cars. Republicans were really leading the effort to get rid of this. So there's a little degree of infighting going on here. And this kill switch is kind of a dramatic way of talking about this law that was passed during the Biden administration. And it basically requires new cars to have some kind of technology that would stop drunk drivers from driving the car. So this law doesn't say what kind of technology has to be in it, but some Republicans felt like, that's kind of dystopian. You put something that just can stop my car from driving because you think I'm drunk. So they put in an amendment to remove that kill switch requirement. But then 57 Republicans joined all the Democrats to keep the kill switch requirement. So what do you think about, just off rip from just what I've said, what do you think about that?
Well, I do know out here in Atlanta, there's a bunch of kill switches in cars out here. So yeah, there's in these, in the Hellcats
or something, yeah.
In the Durangos, and I mean, a lot of these cars, a lot of these fast Atlanta cars, yeah, man, a lot of these people put kill switches in their cars because they get their cars stolen. So kill switches have been around.
Wait, are you saying like people put it in their own car?
People put it in their own cars.
Okay.
Yeah. People put kill switches in their own cars because when they get stolen, you can just turn it off and
Yeah.
you can't drive my car anymore. So kill switch, this is nothing new, especially
Yeah.
here in Atlanta. This is definitely nothing new. Kill switches are definitely in cars out here.
But this
1000%.
is the argument is that the government is saying they have to do something to stop the cars. Not like it's my choice that all new cars have to have something in there.
So what they're basically saying is they're going to be forcing corporations to put this mechanism in new cars. In a sense,
as a safety standard. Yep.
As a safety standard.
Similar to seatbelts, I guess.
Well, how would they know if you were drunk though? If you were driving with it, I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Like, how would you know if you were drunk and the kill switch needs to go? Even like turn off your car. Like, what is it? Is it you're swerving? What if you're just tired and you start swerving or something like that? It's all right. So it's a lot of stipulation. It's a lot of things up in the air that don't make sense on this one.
That's actually the question. So we can show you some of the Republican response about this, because again, this was kind of a Republican-led effort to roll that back. This is Representative Keith Self, who said, unbelievably disturbing. 57 House Republicans just joined almost all the Democrats to ensure the government can shut off your car whenever it wants. There was another Republican, I believe this was Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who said the idea that the federal government would require auto manufacturers to equip cars with a kill switch that can be controlled by the government is something you'd expect in Orwell's 1984. He's talking about dystopian society. Caveat there. It would not be controlled by the government as it stands. I think the people who are kind of going down that wavelength are saying if that kind of technology is put in all the cars, then maybe someday it gets to the point where another government decides, actually, we need some kind of control over that. Like if the technology is there, somebody might figure out a way to mandate using it on the government side. That's the whole hope. Or not hope, excuse me. That's the whole concern. So Democrats weighed in on all those, allegations about this requirement. And one, in fact, I believe this is Debbie Dingle was saying that this was just basically dramatic. She's saying that the statements that are saying this technology was going to track driver location and monitor driver performance or make the car shut down in the middle of the road while they're driving are just false. They're intentionally mischaracterizing this law. And basically the point is just to keep impaired drivers from driving the car. And I did look up, what do you mean by that? Because to your point, how would you know if somebody was just tired or whatever? And some of those ways they were thinking of like potentially having a built-in kind of breathalyzer in the car.
What? What? You putting breathalyzers in everybody's car?
Passive alcohol detection. They would try to detect alcohol without making the driver do anything extra. It'd be like a breathe-in like cabin sensor near the driver area that would sample the air and estimate alcohol from the driver's breath.
There's already some stuff like that where I think it was one person I knew that like actually had to blow into a breathalyzer before they could actually start their car.
Yeah, that's because they got too many DUIs.
Yeah, so this if that's all they're saying that the kill switch is going to be used for is to stop people before they get on the road, then I'm all for it. Unfortunately, because again, we could look at the numbers of how many people actually die from drunk drivers each year, and it's just like it should be zero. So yeah, if it's stopping people from getting in cars and driving, I'm all for it.
And other options would be like a touch-based sensor for your finger or your hand, something that's built into something the driver would naturally touch that would use light/spectroscopy. I should have looked at that word before I came up here. Spectroscopy to estimate alcohol in tissue, or something like a camera or a sensor that would monitor driving. But again, how you know that I'm not just tired?
Or like people do now when they do have those breathalyzers inside their car, they get somebody else to blow in it.
It's true.
Like, bro, like people do that all the time. Hey, can you blow in this so I can drive? Yeah, sure. Why not? Blow. Like, come on, dog.
I ain't gonna lie. I did not think about getting somebody else to blow in it. You just told all these people, dang, here you go. Pause.
Sorry.
Let's, this is a family establishment.
But no, I didn't think about it until you just said it. So it's like some people might not even have that inkling.
Oh, yeah,
true. Try it.
Yeah.
So it'll probably help somebody.
Well, to be honest, if you're drinking and you driving, you definitely have that inkling of like, hey, bro,
how do I get?
How do I not get a DUI tonight? Or how can I drive? Because a lot of people when they drink, their brain shuts off as like logic. logical. All logical thoughts get it. I can drive, man. I'm drunk, man. I drive better when I'm drunk. How many times have you heard that? I drive better when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So their logical brain does not work anymore. So they immediately go, hey, blowing this, let me drive. So yeah, man.
Well, this could come to cars. I think the earliest this could even happen is like 2027 or something like that. They're still working on the rules and how it would even work, and then they'd have to implement it. So, a couple years down the road, but something to be aware of.
For sure.
In the meantime, we got to look globally here because aircraft carriers and warships have officially arrived in the Middle East. This all has to do with what started as protest over the economic situation in Iran that escalated into accusations that the Iranian government was killing just leagues and leagues and leagues of protesters, and Trump saying, we're going to get involved if you're killing peaceful protesters over there. So they have their own situation. Everybody kind of thought it was de-escalating because everybody said, okay, the protests have stopped, the killing has stopped. Trump was saying he stopped those hangings from happening. And I said, but you still have the fleet headed in that direction. So how over can this really be? So yeah, that's where we are now. So we got some warships and an aircraft carrier that have arrived in the Middle East region. They're not just like butted up against Iran's coastline, but they're just in the area. And so basically people are saying that this gives Trump another basically option of what he can do and what all he can use out there.
So this is like an emergency button press, essentially. Like if stuff does like potentially pop off, it's like, all right, y'all go.
Exactly.
Okay.
And here's what I don't really understand about this. The numbers of who all have been killed out there are all over the place.
Yeah.
The Iranian government says somewhere around 3,000 people have died. There are other numbers from human rights organizations that have said like 5,000 to 6,000 people have died. Other numbers that have come out of just like nowhere. I don't even know who to really even like quote to tell you this, but they're throwing out numbers like 41,000 protesters since December. And I just don't know how that's even possible. When you think about just like the war that we were keeping an eye on with Israel and Gaza, you're talking about, somewhere between 79,000 people in 2 years.
Yeah.
Or I should say 72. I think the highest number I've ever seen is 72,000. The numbers there are a bit skewed as well. But that took 2 years. You're saying these people killed potentially 41,000 people since December?
Yeah, how do they get those? How do they get those? Do you know how they get those numbers? Do they send them over? And like that is, I mean, this is real. I'm genuinely curious about how they get these numbers. Like, do they send them somewhere? Does somebody go over there and?
There is still an internet blackout.
Yeah.
So nobody really knows, you know what I mean? Like what's going on out there other than people who've been able to reach into Iran and kind of talk to people they know. But then, if someone texted you right now and said, hey, how many illegal immigrants have been captured in America? Would you just know off the top of your head? Like you don't have those numbers and access to that. So I don't know who all is there and how they're getting their numbers. But the whole idea behind Trump getting involved was because of the amount of death. So the higher the number, the more justified, a U.S. response is. So sometimes I feel like some of this is just like, throwing numbers out there to posture, because Trump has been saying that Iran has been reaching out to negotiate, and that there are reports essentially saying that, any negotiation would have to include something involving their nuclear program. That's kind of what caused Iran to get bombed last year. And I don't see how that even makes sense, because are you going in there to save the people who are protesting against their government and pushing for this regime change to get this oppressive regime out of there? Or are you trying to get an agreement and a deal done with this government and you're going to keep them in place if they agree to what you want? I mean, what's the goal here?
Yeah, I thought about that. What's the goal of even messing around in that area? It's kind of similar to what we saw in Venezuela. From what I've saw reports, at least, Iran is like one of the biggest manufacturers of oil in since last year. So oil, and then you put on top of that the nuclear, stopping their nuclear programs from continuing on. Hey, I mean, and then you got people, like I say it all the time, stop giving America an excuse, because we gonna take it. If we see something that we could benefit from, and you saying, oh, you're you're killing all your people, or you're causing all your people to leave and go somewhere else. All right, cool. We're gonna be the heroes, and then we're gonna take our payment also. This is what I'm seeing again from us going over there.
And Republicans are kind of split on whether or not to attack Iran. Some people feel like it would be a good thing because this is said to be an oppressive regime who's killed all these protesters and, just made their people's lives terrible out there. Those are the accusations. And so it would be great to get on those protesters' side like Trump said he would and help them and get that regime out of there. And they've kind of pointed to the fact that the U.S. struck Iran last year and really nothing happened as a reason why they could probably pull it off. They could probably do it and have very few repercussions, even though Iran has said if the U.S. strikes, all bets are off and we're going to come after you guys as well. Million feels like that's all talk.
It's all talk. It's all chatter. You ain't about that life. We already did our big one. We ain't even do our biggest one. And you haven't even answered to that, Iran. What you going to do now? What you going to do? How you going to touch us?
Hey.
Knock on wood, but how you going to touch us?
Hey, brother, you are...
So Million first.
You are going too hard, brother. I am good.
Bro, we took a president. Bro, we could talk as much as we want. We took a president.
Yep, I am not with that. I am good off that.
But to your point, yes, we did hit Iran's nuclear facilities last year. And nothing really happened. Iran said that they hit a U.S. base out there in that region, but they reportedly gave Trump the heads up that they were going to do it. Trump said that was weak, and they did nothing about it. So, that's kind of, one side of it. But other people who are Republicans feel like, hey, man, this should only be a last resort. It should only happen after all the other options are exhausted. And that if there is any kind of change in their leadership, it should come from the Iranian people who are there, not from U.S. troops or any, outside effort here. So, I don't know. I know Iranians here, again, who would love to see regime change, but how it's done, I think, matters.
Yeah, you make a valid point there. You make a valid point. And then also, what's the majority of, is it a majority of the Iranian people that's protesting, or is it just a small portion of them?
Right. We literally can't know. You know what I mean? Because the reports coming out of there are so crazy. But if you were getting reports about America right now, you might think that, oh my God, look at all those people in Minnesota. Look at those big crowds. And that was literally one state and one little portion, compared to the country.
Exactly.
The rest of us just had life move on. So there's no way to know.
Yeah.
So we shall see what happens. But we do have to leave you right there. We have so much more coming at you after the break.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 Mornings with Mero. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Yo. Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One.
You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all.
Let's go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class?
Wale, where are you supposed to be?
Oh, man, you supposed to be in class, man.
Rihanna has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey, let's go!
Get ready. The legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip-hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. Here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What it do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's going to trust that. Any of
this sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.
Welcome back to Hot 97 News. We want to pick back up on our conversation that we were having about Iran because the world and pretty much everybody in our country too, waiting to see what's going on with that. Are we going to attack them or not? I mean, it's all up in the air.
Yeah, I don't know. And to Rondell's point, when we was on break, he was like, "Hey, Iran gonna come and get you." I don't want Iran to come and get me. But what I am saying is, I am proud to be an American in the sense that I know that I'm protected. So yeah, like we got all these big machines. We put a lot of money into our military. The fact that we even took a president in general, like it's almost unheard of. It's like crazy. And mind you, none of our troops was killed. None of our troops was harmed when we took Maduro. I'm just saying, give us some credit, bro. Like we put so much money of so much of our tax dollars into the military. We better have something nice. That's all I'm saying.
No, that is true. That we do put a lot of money, and we better have something to show for it, for sure. I think it's I would like to see my taxpayer money do something else. Yes. Because if you spend all this money on war, you need to go to war.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It almost guarantees you're going to be a bully because what am I going to do with all my war equipment I just bought? I got to go pick a fight somewhere. So I don't know. Some of this stuff just seems like, we could do things diplomatically and then choose violence.
Yeah.
Like just because we can, which I think, some people agree with that, which is just that, we get to pop our ish. I do think about that as well. Like, what if you were born in another country who didn't have a military like that, who couldn't just sit back and be like, what are you going to do about it? And the answer is literally nothing, because they would be in a country that is literally not as strong and can't pop that, stuff like that.
I'm just saying, I would be scared if I lived in another country.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, dang, America could do whatever they want to us. Like, it's kind of crazy. I'm not trying to boast that up, but I'm just saying.
You are.
I'm just saying, I'm speaking from a privileged position. I understand. I know my privilege right now, but I'm just saying.
I would like to see it go to, housing or just,
potholes, something good besides
food,
war.
Making sure nobody's starving in this country. But, it is what it is. Everybody has their ideas of where taxpayer money should go. Trump won the election. A lot of people felt like his direction and that direction was the way to go. And here we are. Speaking of that, though, Trump was talking about how we did capture Maduro. And he said that a discombobulator is what helped do it. He said that he was talking about basically the equipment, the weaponry that we have. Trump has been saying, I don't know if y'all have caught this, like we have weapons y'all have never even heard of. We have weapons y'all have never even seen before. And I'm like, what does that mean?
What, in the Men in Black?
Exactly. Because there has specifically been just grumblings about directed energy weapons. And for a long time, people were saying, that's just sci-fi, that's fake, that's nothing, that's just made up. And now it's coming out that it really is real. It's a thing. And so this discombobulator that Trump was talking about was something that he said basically made enemy equipment not work. And it's actually something he's not allowed to talk about. So he couldn't really give any details. But that basically U.S. officials who kind of came in to help him out a little bit, like this is what he means by that, is that he probably blended multiple tools into one weapon so that there's no single discombobulator, allegedly. That may not exist. But they do have cyber tools that could disable Venezuelan early warning and other defense systems, and acoustic systems that could disorient people on the ground. So what Trump is maybe talking about, according to this U.S. official, is just a couple of things. And Trump was just like, that's the discombobulator. Because all you saw was, we discombobulated y'all. But at the end of the day, this stuff he's saying is real. It exists.
Yeah, remember those reports that we had talked about earlier? They were the reports of the military people that was on Maduro's side. They reported that they was bleeding out the ears.
Yeah.
They reported that they was throwing up. They fell to their knees. Bro, I'm just saying, it's not funny.
What? How is that
like,
funny?
It's not funny, but it's like, dang, bro, America got it like that, bro.
No.
Some would call that horrifying.
Yeah. But the terrifying thing about it is if they do choose to use that on us. I just feel safe, man. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. I feel safe within my country's limits.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but
well, that's great that you feel safe.
Yeah.
I mean, that is what that warrants us, safety. But when I heard that, I was like, wow, what, you did what to people? How is this even possible?
Yeah, discombobulated them. I used to say discombobulated as a funny thing. Like,
I
oh
did
man,
too.
I'm so discombobulated.
Me
Oh
too.
my God.
I used to say that word. I
But
used to love that word.
I'm never using that word again. Now I'm never using that word again. Thanks, Trump.
Yeah, and apparently the U.S. also has a directed energy heat ray system. That's called the active denial system. It's not clear that it was used here in Venezuela, but it's just come up in the conversation again because people thought directed energy weapons were fake. And so there's actually a video that we found that was an official U.S. video, U.S. made video that was talking about this active denial system. That's what it's called. It's called ADS. And here's a little piece of some people who are actually volunteering to have it used on them to show you what it's like.
They reach far beyond any other non-lethal system, about 7 football fields to give it some perspective. They even let any of the guests volunteer to test out its effectiveness and safety. And most described it as feeling like a hot oven or grill being opened up.
So I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. These weapons, they're practicing right now for the aliens. All right, that's all I'm saying. These are some practice weapons right now. They just seeing if they work. They just seeing if they work. You know what I mean? These are practice weapons, bro.
Apparently, it shoots an invisible beam of electromagnetic waves that can reach a little more than half a mile, penetrate the skin, and cause an intense heating sensation that, just makes people move away. That's crazy. I thought when I saw that, they're about to start using that on us, on crowds, on protests.
Okay.
Got a directed energy. We need y'all to scatter unlawful assembly. Boom. I'm being penetrated by some invisible beam of energy. I mean, that's crazy.
What?
Nah, that is crazy.
Oh.
That's the thing that is scary because again, it's like, if they do choose to use these weapons on us, we're defenseless at that point. We can't even go against the government at that point. But they did it. And I really hope they don't, but they didn't use it on us.
But that's where I'm saying, you guys spend all this money and you're saying that you're going to use it on our adversaries overseas, just other countries that you don't agree with. And what if you decide to one day use it on us?
Just wake up and be like, you know what we need to do? Let's do that little heat ray thing that we got. Let's put it out there and just see how many people fall and faint. Let's just see what happens.
I think all of them who are protesting against me are domestic terrorists. I think all of them need to have a directed energy weapon. Disperse them up out of there, no matter who's the president. Democrat could get in and do this to right-wing protesters. We don't know, who's got the button. You know what I mean?
Where's the discombobulator at? Give me the discombobulator. Let's discombobulate everybody.
Yeah. I just got a couple of questions.
I got a lot of questions, not a couple, a lot.
But okay, is what it is. So it's the Yay apology. We are switching over to trending topics on today. The Yay apology has happened. I never saw this day coming, but Kanye West is apparently apologizing for everything. over the past couple years.
Finally. Thank you, Ye. First, I want to say, Ye, thank you. Thank you for apologizing. And for me, I accept your apology. Okay? I accept your apology. So, Ye, Kanye West actually just took out a full-page apology in the Wall Street Journal. And it was absolutely incredible. You know what I mean? The apology is addressed to those I've hurt, and it's an attempt to explain the behaviors over the past several years. Now, Ye in there is pretty much saying that the 2002 accident that he got in that wired his jaw shut ended up making him give him it messed up his brain and gave him bipolar disorder and all kinds of things, and really messed him up, and he just kind of overlooked it. They tried to diagnose him. Ye overlooked the diagnosis, and this whole thing, and it made him essentially go like crazy. So I just want to, before I read a few excerpts of the apology, I just want to go down the history of what Ye has done over the past few years. So 2005, we all remember, Ye criticized President Trump for not liking black people.
He's criticized a lot of people.
Bush. It was Bush, yes. Bush for not liking, during Hurricane Katrina.
Yep.
That was
remember
crazy.
That. Yep.
2009, interrupted Taylor Swift.
Yep.
Yes.
At the MTV Awards.
Yes.
Wild. 2018, he said slavery was a choice. Later apologized for that one.
I remember that. Yes.
Okay. 2022, suspended from Twitter after posting a swastika.
Yes, that was when it shifted into his like Nazi era. Yes.
It's going crazy. And then 2025, released the song Hail Hitler.
Yes.
So he's done a lot over the past few years, and there's more stuff. But in the apology letter, essentially he said, "I am not a Nazi or anti." Say the word?
Anti-Semite, yeah.
There we go, anti-Semite. Yeah, I know the word. I love Jewish people. Then he goes on to say, to the black community, which held me down through all the highs and the lows and the darkest times, the black community is unquestionably the foundation of who I am, and I am sorry to have let you down. I love us. And we love you. Well, I love you. I don't know if everybody else accepts your apology, but I accept your apology, man. And I want you to get better, and I want you to get your mind right. And this is not his first time he's apologized. 2 months ago in November, he actually went to Rabbi Yosef Pinto, who's like this huge rabbi, in November, and he apologized to him for like everything. He took accountability for all the things he said about the Jewish people and things like that. So I'm respecting Ye right now.
Yeah.
He is taking the time to say sorry. Now, why he's doing this, we probably will never know.
Yeah.
Probably will never know. But the reason, for him doing this, I applaud him and I thank you. Now get back to the music, man. Get back to the music, baby.
Man, get back to just like your early stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I miss the Kanye. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
Boy,
the soul
first
Kanye.
like 4 or 5 albums were just like heat. You know, and just watching his whole like rise and kind of fall and rise and fall and all this kind of stuff has been so fascinating as a fan, because you know you hold on to the memories of just all the good that they did and were in the beginning, and then you watch all this stuff go down. You're like, man, like I still want to listen to your music. I still really want to support you deep down because like of what you've meant to me, what your music has meant to me, and to see all of this go down, I think was sad, only because he did kind of broadly cast a net out, it seemed, to all Jewish people. And he didn't care that all Jewish people were getting hurt by some of the things he was saying. And that's where I felt like, that's not fair. I'm never going to demonize an entire group for the actions of a few. Because that's kind of what he was doing. He was saying that he was pinpointing actions of what a few people are doing who are in that community and saying all of them are responsible for all this stuff. And that's not, you can't do that.
Yeah. I place the blame on you, the people. Yes, you.
Ooh.
Because every instance, like you said, all those things you just listed, right? It started in 2005 when he was with Bush and he said that Bush comment. He got a little bit more famous. Then he did the Taylor Swift thing. He got a little bit more famous. And then it just kept on climbing until he fell off the ladder completely. Kanye West, his demise, y'all, he let the attention get to his head, and this is what happens when you do let that happen.
But also, he had a mental issue too. Let's not forget that. So you
can't
discredit him actually having he being diagnosed with frontal lobe injury. Like he actually has something wrong with his brain. So at some point, we can't take the blame for him not getting help for himself. You get what I'm saying?
We egged it on though for a little too long. Like at one point in time, it was like getting too extreme, and he just kept on getting more and more famous, more and more shares, more and more this. It only took him getting deplatformed. It took him getting deplatformed for people to actually say, okay, maybe Ye needs some help. Because it wasn't until I started seeing people start saying Ye needs help when his deal fell through with Adidas. That's when everything started to crumble. That's when everybody started saying Ye needs some help. In my opinion, that's what I seen.
I think why so many people let it go on for as long as they did is because a lot of people thought it was refreshing that he felt so free to just say and do whatever he wanted. A lot of people don't have the money or quite frankly the you know what to say and do all that he was saying and doing. I think the parts where it turned into like things that were hurtful to people is where it was like, okay, you can't just say whatever you want like this. But that part I think is what made people gravitate to them, for better or worse. The woke media and the woke society where everybody felt like they couldn't say absolutely anything without their entire life getting ruined was kind of, I think, making like a bitter seed grow in people. So when people saw Kanye just saying and popping off at the mouth however he wanted, they were like, oh, good, somebody's saying something. Was that what he was saying? The hill to die on, is another question for another day. It's just, I think that's how it ended up festering. And also, I think people were happy about what he said about Bush at the time of Hurricane
100%.
Katrina. If you know what happened during Hurricane Katrina and you really know what happened during Hurricane Katrina, I think somebody was waiting for somebody to say, something is a little off here.
We seen him spiraling though. That's what I'm saying. We seen him spiraling, and it got to a point to where he was like one of the most famous people in the world, and nobody was saying anything. People thought it was fun in games and haha this, haha. I mean, he married Kim Kardashian in 2014. She didn't think that he had a mental issue going on, but there were signs already there. The fact that like we just kept on egging it on, and then we want to say, oh, we hope now we turning on Kanye. It's almost sad to me.
Now, do you think that the things that Kanye were saying, yes, they were extreme, but I think that the things that he was saying, a lot of people wanted to say. I think at some point he started going off at some point he did start going off the rail.
Right.
But a lot of things that he was saying, people actually were like, yeah, bro, he not wrong.
Yeah.
Him talking about the industry in a small sense versus like the actual like behind the scenes sense. Yeah, bro, a lot of that stuff was correct. I'm like, yeah, bro, it's kind of messed up how they treat these artists a little bit. So he was speaking out for everybody who didn't have that voice to speak out. And I have to respect that. Did he do it the correct way? Did he choose the right words? No, he didn't. But we all don't choose the right words when we say certain things. And when you're heated and when you're passionate about something, sometimes your mind not moving the way you want it to move. So the things you want to say and the things you want to get across, they might not come out in that way. I've done that before. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I can't fault Kanye for speaking his mind how he wanted to speak his mind. Now all I could do is praise him for actually coming out and apologizing for this stuff. Regardless of how long it took for him to apologize, bruh, he's actually taking the time to say, hey, I apologize.
I never saw that day coming.
Never.
I thought, because people like that will die on a hill before they ever apologize and humble themselves publicly. So, I think that's great.
I'm just saying it gets to a point though. Like, yes, you can speak your mind. Yes, you can be doing that. It's the way that you do it though. Like there were signs, y'all. There were signs that Kanye was losing it, and we just kept on giving him the shine and the attention, and he spiraled out of control. I'm glad. I really hope that he's getting help now though.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kanye, and I love you, and I hope that you keep creating good music forever. I met Kanye.
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah, when I was like 14. I just want to throw that out there. I did meet Kanye. I did meet Kanye.
So it's a little personal.
Yeah.
That's your best friend.
Yeah. I met him right after college dropout. Like literally right after college dropout.
Wow.
Yeah. Right after I was in LA. I was in LA. Yeah. So,
wow. That's lit.
So we also now know when R. Kelly is projected to get out of prison. Do you remember R. Kelly?
Do we remember?
Do you remember? He's been gone for a little bit now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like nobody's really heard anything. And, I thought that the way he went down was so heartbreaking and like appalling because I loved R. Kelly and I was devastated when everything came out that came out about him. Surviving R. Kelly, that documentary changed me.
That was a deep, dark documentary.
Boy, that's when I stopped listening to all R. Kelly's music. I swear.
Why did people do that? Why did people stop listening? His music didn't do
I know.
the things that he did.
Oh,
you know
I know.
what I mean? So what's the reason to stop listening to you? He made good music.
Listen,
they still listen to Chris Brown, and Chris Brown did what he did.
Because Chris Brown's incident, I think, was like a one-off incident where it wasn't like he had this history of just all these women behind him who were having all these allegations. Not to excuse it, just to say, like, you know, everybody gets into a one-time thing, and his career did tank. You know, he's paid heavily for that. You know what I mean? As, you know, you beat a woman, you know, you pay heavily for that. But what R. Kelly was accused of doing, when you watch the parents in that documentary cry over their children and, like, you know, I'm like, man, how can I support you? I can't give your stream one more view from me because I can't support what you've done to these people. That's what it was.
And here's the thing, I respect that because I'm not supporting R. Kelly in what R. Kelly did or do or whatever.
Yeah.
I do support music though.
Yeah.
I can't not support good music. You
Oh,
know
for
what I mean?
sure.
Like, and I think that's my only thing when it comes to R. Kelly is that, yeah, man, I know what he did is terrible. He is a terrible person, a horrible human being, would never have any respect for him. Like in that sense, as him being a man, never. But his music, I have to respect the music aspect of R. Kelly. R. Kelly is the king of R&B and will forever be the king of R&B, in my opinion. These are my opinions, by the way.
I hear you, and at first I was thinking that too. I was like, yes, like I'm gonna still listen to him because I could separate the man from the music,
for sure.
But that was until I tried to play some "My Mind's Telling Me No" while I'm trying to do some freaky deaky stuff. And I was just thinking, I was like, dang, hold on. Like, when my mind's telling me no, I'm just thinking about it. It's like going through my mind all the bad things that happen. And I'm just like, I can't get down to this.
Who was he thinking about as he was writing this song? Like, that's what, it's like,
y'all thinking too hard.
Hold on. And then I tried to play another one. It was a shuffle. Another one came on. Age ain't nothing but a number. I said, oh, okay, all right, I can't do this no more. I can't do this no more.
The fact that society even let that song pop off is very strange. It feels like our parents have like explaining to do because that never should have floated anyways.
Oh, God.
But he is expected now to not get released until December 21st, 2045.
Will not be stepping in the name of love anytime soon. That's so. I mean, it's bad, and I mean, I think R. Kelly will, and I mean, he deserves to stay there. And what's a lot of people don't know, and I found this out recently, is that he has other charges in Chicago.
That's right.
Of child, charges in Chicago. So as soon as he get out, Chicago gonna be like, hey, I need my time too. Come on, run me that. I need the rest of that. Yeah, you thought you was just finna walk out? Nah, I need that. Come on, give me that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
To be fair though, if they play "Step in the Name of Love" at the cookout, I'm cool with it. You know, I'm stepping.
Yeah,
I'm stepping.
and if they play "I Believe I Can Fly," I'm flying.
Right.
Do you think what I'm saying?
Just certain instances, I just can't listen to it no more.
All right.
I just feel like if it plays, we'll move on. When it plays at the cookout, it's like, I can't. I'm trying to like not step in there because you can't help it.
Oh, God.
You can't help it. The man's
you.
got a gift. He's got a gift. But I can't play it on my own. Okay. Also today, did you know that the streets are saying that giant cyborg cockroaches could be the future?
I saw this when you put this in, and
Yes.
I thought you were lying.
Nope.
I thought you were lying.
Nope. There's a whole video. So apparently scientists are turning real live insects into cyborgs they can control. So they're surgically attaching tiny little electronic backpacks to the bugs so that humans can then steer them like a little remote controlled little bug there. And apparently they do this by putting the bugs into an ice bath, and that kind of acts like an anesthesia. And so it numbs the cockroach, beetle, whatever they're using, and it slows his body down. And once the beetle is numb enough, a student or a researcher, scientist, whoever's doing this, carefully attaches a tiny little circuit board to the beetle's back, and it's a little book bag looking thing, and it sends small electrical pulses to the bug's antenna, and that controls how the bug moves. So the humans just kind of guide it. They say the bugs mostly move on their own, but if it's going the wrong direction, they just kind of give it a little nudge.
Wow. You know, cockroaches are like they're the hardest to kill. Like they say if like an atomic bomb hit, cockroaches would still be living on the world.
Oh,
like,
yes.
Yeah. The cockroaches are like very, very hard
horrifying.
to kill. Very
disgusting.
horrifying.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. So I could send roaches to my ex's crib if I wanted to. That would be crazy.
Like a bunch of them?
Yeah, just a bunch of them. Just have a whole little army go over to it.
There's gonna be a new movie called not Ant-Man, Cockroach Man. You know how Ant-Man, you can control the ants? He controls it. It's gonna be Cockroach Man.
Oh, imagine controlling cockroaches. Yes, you could send it to your ex's house, or you could find survivors in a wreckage, something that's noble. I mean, you went toxic AF with that, but yes.
You're right.
So are they
Time to move
are
on.
they trying to use these to time to move on? She see you on TV now, player.
Yeah, that's my girlfriend, man. I love you, babe.
So are they using these to like better? Like, I want to know how they're going to use this to better society in a sense. You know what I mean? Like you said, finding wreckage, things like that. What other ways? I'm trying to think about. Could you use a cyborg cockroach to? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, could I just go on the black web and find one of these, buy it, and have it for myself?
So the intended use, it says, is search and rescue after disasters like earthquakes, bombings, urban collapse, XYZ, because they can move through rubble. Hard to squish these things, potentially. Reach in those tight, unstable areas, get in, get out quickly, and they could potentially find survivors, report their location. They could possibly deliver small doses of drugs that could save a life. They could get there before the human can, who's ever going out to these efforts. I think they could also potentially put like a microphone and use it to spy on people. That's what I think.
Espionage.
I think they won't tell you that part. But I think that's, if you can put something on a bug, wish I could be a fly on a wall.
Mission Impossible. Okay.
They have figured out how to do it, I think. So, I mean, I don't know. I think that's a little horrifying.
I would buy a few of those. If I could be a fly on the wall, I would buy a few of those. And like, I would send them so many places. Imagine sitting in these rooms where Trump is talking and stuff like that. Brother, and your cockroach just kicking it. And you getting all the information. You know what I mean?
Dang.
Like, bruh.
Crazy. Apparently, that's not all like researchers are doing these days. Like, this is a CNN article who's saying that scientists at Caltech are also implanting electronic pacemakers into jellyfish. Just want to let you know what these people are up to.
That's messed up. Peter's gonna have a fit. Peter, I'm with you for real.
Do you know about this, Peter?
Peter, come on now, do something, right?
That it's apparently to control how fast they swim. They use them to collect deep ocean data, and they, try to make sure it's as ethical as possible. But yeah, man,
how can you're forcing an animal to do something electromagnetically? Like, you controlling them completely. That's messed up.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do this, but Elon Musk is saying that he feels like technology is going in this direction, and then at some point robots are just going to outnumber humans.
I can see that.
Well, look at the cockroach.
Look at the cockroach.
Giant cyborg cockroach.
Listen,
right?
We're further than I think people think we are.
I mean, we got TVs. We got more TVs.
Closer. I'm sorry. We're closer. Thank you. We're closer than people think. Yeah.
Yeah, we got more TVs, laptops, AIs in this room currently than we do like people. If you think about it, laptops per person. Yeah. We got TVs. We got all types of things that could run automatically, like robots.
Elon Musk feels like 5 years from now, AI is going to be smarter than all of humanity collectively. And so that this is just going to be happening. But that the whole goal is for it to take care of human needs so that people can just work on, just being a human and having the robots do everything and nothing will go wrong.
Yeah.
But that is going to do it for us, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. We have so much more coming at you on the Atlanta side after the break.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 mornings with Merrill. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Leah Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One.
You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all. That's
Let's
it.
go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class?
Where are you supposed to be?
Oh, man, you supposed to be in class, man.
Rihanna has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey, let's go!
Get ready. The legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip-hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where's my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic Flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. Here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What they do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's gonna trust that. Any of
This sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta, a brand new live news show where we're bringing you all the hottest stories across the city. I'm your host, Lana Harris, here with Rondell with 2 N's and Million.
Hey. And
we are still kind of getting through Ice Apocalypse. You know, everybody made it through yesterday.
Oh. No.
But there were a couple of problems around the metro. In fact, last night, Atlanta Fire actually had to go to Midtown, the 11th Street and Crescent Avenue, because people heard an explosion and a fire that happened apparently underground, and it knocked out power for thousands of people.
Oh, wow.
And we're still waiting for more details to come out about that. But anytime you get this cold, you know, you start hearing about fires and stuff like that. And anybody who also has their power out when it's this cold, I mean, those people probably thrilled they prepared.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we say it's all jokes and stuff like that, but, you know, some people are probably really happy. They got all that bread and milk. But also something really cool, Georgia Power has been saying that they've been on it. Any power outages that have happened that they're trying to quickly tackle. In fact, they said that they are going to not do any disconnections starting last Friday the 23rd and going through Thursday, January 29th, just to make sure, you know, everybody is fine and doesn't have that power cut off in the middle of all this. But they've been working hard out there. We have some pictures, in fact, and videos of just how it's been for them out there. And I've never thought about being a Georgia Power worker, but it's nasty what they got to do. You know what I mean? It's probably cold. It's probably scary. They're dealing with power lines and stuff. That's a hard job, man.
Did they give did they give any discounts on power going out? Because my if y'all did, my power went out. My power went out. It went out for hours.
Mine was flickering a little bit. You know, at least a couple of cents.
That's at least 25 to 20. You know what I'm saying? Listen now.
I'm trying to tell you.
Look,
as Rondell would say.
You understand me? Come on now.
Yes. So we are keeping an eye on that. And then, of course, if there are any other major power outages, we'll let you know. But just a quick look of Georgia Power's outage map. It kind of looks like a lot of people are in pretty decent shape. And then again, anything else they're going to get to quickly. We do have an update on really a tragic story that we were talking about yesterday, and it was the story about the 4 adults who were found shot and killed inside of a home in Lawrenceville, and a child ended up calling the police. It was a 12-year-old child.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. So, like you said, this is an update from the story yesterday. The story we reported on, 4 adults were found shot and killed inside a home on the 100 block of Brook Ivy Court. Police were called to the home around 2:30 a.m. Friday by a 12-year-old. And this child is reported to be the child is reported to be the child of the suspect at hand. So the suspect was a father. Police say the shooting followed an argument between Kumar and Dogra. That's the suspect and his wife.
The suspect is Vijay Kumar.
Yep, it's the suspect and his wife, Dogra, at their Atlanta home earlier in the night. After the argument, the couple traveled with the 12-year-old to the Lawrenceville residence where extended family members lived. What happened inside the home that led to the shooting remains unclear. So we're still trying to figure out exactly what it was that caused the argument. But again, 4 adults was killed, and then the children was found in a closet, and the 12-year-old had called the police. This is like one of the most traumatizing stories that I think we've tackled so far.
Oh yeah. No, it's horrifying. I mean, to imagine just being the child who's now lost your mom and other extended family members, and your father is now going to jail, accused in all of this. And police are saying that he was found behind the house, kind of in a wooded area, and arrested. And like you said, the kids were found in a closet. His own child had to call the police on what he had allegedly done. I mean, it really is, it's horrifying,
Very much so. I mean, you look at, it's tough because men's mental health needs to be taken a little bit more seriously. And I only say this because I'm seeing a lot of men not going, but specifically husbands that don't go to get help in these situations with their wives. I'm not saying that, the wife is the one that caused the incident or anything like that. But what I am saying is fellas, you have mental health also. You have a mental health that needs to be taken care of also. If your wife is going to therapy, and even if she's not, you need to be doing that also. This is a really tragic incident. Really tragic.
Yeah,
broke my heart.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on that as the details unfold there. But we can tell you that he has been charged, of course, with murder and with child cruelty, because he's done that in front of all those kids. And as we actually were talking about the other day, just doing certain crimes in front of kids.
I didn't know that.
Counts as child cruelty.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either, but, that's something to be said for, at least how seriously we take that.
Right.
These kids are going to be traumatized forever. We're talking about what the age is 7, 10, 12. These are young kids. So we'll keep an eye on that. In the meantime, scammers are going to scam here in Atlanta. We all know this. 4 people just got busted for selling fake merch at Cumberland Mall. And I feel like somebody probably is pissed about this today.
Well, I don't know why people keep buying from the kiosk.
Do you think, okay, I guess that's what I don't know. I'm assuming that people know it's fake and then they're just getting a deal on it. Is that not what's happening?
I don't know, but I've never bought from any kiosk in the middle of the mall
ever.
Because I just automatically assume everything you're selling me is fake. I never once, I don't know. But anyway, 4 people are charged with selling counterfeit and trademark infringing items at a kiosk inside Cumberland Mall. Total approximate amount, y'all are not going to believe this, how much this is. $4 million, $152,085.
What?
Yes, bruh. They sold $4 million worth of fake stuff.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh. So they were passing it off clearly as
real,
legit
as
good
real stuff. Yeah, that's why they sold it so high. So the defendants are Hamdia Dina, MD Manzu Ruzaman, Kanwal Ranjana, John Shiro Rossels, and yeah, that was some names, boy.
I was going to say, you're very bold for trying. None of those, I believe, are correct.
But I tried them.
You tried them, and that's all that we can do.
You know what I mean?
That's all we can do.
I use my reading context clues, and I try to break it down in syllables.
You know what? They're suspects, so we don't have to treat their names with dignity because they're accused of not treating the streets with dignity. Do you know these kiosks? Tropics Aurora. They got 2 of them. And that's about what, $3,400,000 there. Jewelry galore too, and then cool shades. So I don't know what Tropics Aurora is, but at least we're talking about jewelry and sunglasses. And yeah, man, I would be pissed if I thought, I got some real cool shades. They're real. And then you tell me you probably got this off Temu?
Ain't no way.
I don't know that. That was a joke.
Ain't no way y'all are still buying from the kiosk though, bruh. Ain't nobody in the middle of the mall selling real stuff. I saw somebody over in the middle of the mall selling Jordan slippers. Jordan don't even make slippers. What? What?
Which is also why I would have thought that it wasn't illegal, because they're doing it like in plain sight, is this just cool with everybody? Right. I guess. I mean, they're not in trouble, but here it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep quiet over here because
let me tell you, you worked at a kiosk?
No, I didn't.
I was about to say, bro. You don't work everywhere. You worked at a kiosk too?
No, I ain't working no kiosk.
Okay, right, my bad.
Dang, bro, you only see a specific type of person working in them kiosks. That's what I was about to say. They kind of look familiar. I remember I've been burnt a couple of times trying to calling myself buying from over there, buying some real jewelry. In high school, this is how you know that your jewelry is fake. If it's weight and feel, if it's like not dense and heavy, the makeup test, apply liquid foundation to your skin. But this one is me. I went into the shower with my fake gold necklace.
I already know what happened.
And I came out itchy. I was scratching, dog. I was scratching. I'm like, this is weird, And then couple more times in the shower, it turned green. My neck started turning green.
I knew it.
Bruh. It starts burning though. It's like an itchy burn, but it's like I wanted to, I'm trying to flex in high school. I'm trying to flex, but
listen.
Green.
It's crazy because, with women's jewelry, you kind of just know it's fake most of the time. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But you're not spending that much money on it because it's just for fashion. It's not, whatever. If it ends up turning your ears green, it's probably bad at that point. Throw it away, doesn't matter. The fact that people are potentially spending a lot of money thinking I'm getting something good and going down like this, oh boy, I'd be pissed.
Bruh, I done went to the kiosk one time and just went over there just to look at stuff. Dude tried to sell me a pair of Burberry glasses. The Burberry was blueberry. It had a blueberry on the side. I lie to you not. It said blueberry instead of Burberry, and I looked at him. I was like, "Hey, bro, these not Burberry." He was like, "No, Burberry." I was like, "No."
And they try to gaslight you.
trying to tell me I'm wrong. I know what I'm looking at. This clearly says blueberry, dog. Don't say Burberry.
He tried to convince you that was the real brand.
Yeah, bro.
No, it's called blueberry for real.
It's new. It's out of Italy. It's new. No, it's not.
They have the nerve to tell you look good, my friend. You look good. Yeah. Like, no, bro, don't do that to me, bro. 4 million, congratulations. They need to go to jail. Send them under the prison.
I thought you were about to say congratulations to them
doing
that.
No.
Facts.
I mean,
I'm actually surprised they got so much money because, to your point, I've never gone in the mall for something and then ended up at a kiosk. Like, I just really need something from this kiosk today.
Yeah.
How'd they even get $4 million to begin with?
Listen, man, I treat kiosk people. Don't shoot me when I say that. I treat kiosk people like homeless people sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Don't give them. Don't look them in the eye.
Can't look them in the eye.
Don't give them no money.
You really can't.
Hey, throw your hands up like this. I ain't got it. Put my phone out and be like I'm on the phone. I ain't talking to nobody. It's sad.
You do have to.
It's sad. It's sad. I'm sorry I do that to y'all. And if you're a kiosk worker, I apologize because we treat y'all like trash.
But at the same time, as soon as you lock eyes,
it's a wrap.
You get the pitch.
Yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm. The ones in Atlanta are like the kiosks in Atlanta, especially, are like abnormally aggressive.
Very.
Like even if you do have your head in the phone or you acting like you on a phone call, they'll stop you.
For sure.
My friend. I'm just like, no, bro, chill.
I'm not your friend.
Hey, bro, they might even just. And the ones that irritate me the most is the shoes. When they actually come up with the little phone, they shake it up, and you could be mid walk. They gonna spray your shoe down and wipe you down, make you feel terrible. You gonna make me do all this work? You ain't gonna tip me at least?
No.
Like, dang,
right?
Bro.
I didn't tell you to side.
That was you.
Right. Yeah, I'm
Thank you.
telling you, bro. Them kiosks is so aggravating, bro. I've stopped going to the mall because of them.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, man, as we talk about ICE, around the country. We are dealing with different ICE-related stories here as well. And some people, of course, are thrilled about what ICE is doing. I've actually heard calls recently for ICE to come to Atlanta. And so, we'll see how that kind of plays out. But there's one story that's kind of making the rounds right now because there was a pregnant woman who was just deported from Atlanta despite the fact that she was kind of in medical distress. So when you kind of hear that to begin with, I'm sure you could think any number of things. Number one, why was this person potentially trying to have their baby here in the United States? Number two, this person was in medical distress. Why are we, putting her through more trauma?
Right.
Okay, so the story here is that this woman who was a Colombian, she's a 21-year-old Colombian who was 8 months pregnant. So she would have been showing, presumably, if you're 8 months pregnant. And she was deported to Colombia on Wednesday, according to her attorney. Apparently, her and her mom came into the country back in November and requested asylum. They said that basically her father had been killed after he had publicly confronted corruption, and during the asylum and screening process, her mom was found to have credible fear and they were allowed to apply for asylum, and Ortiz was placed into expedited removal proceedings. So Ortiz was being held in ICE custody and then transported to Atlanta for deportation, and her legal team was trying to say, hey, we got to get involved here, like please don't do this, and in the end it really just didn't work. You know what I mean? Right. For her, her attorney says that she was experiencing a medical distress at the time she was being deported, and she was already placed on a plane. It didn't matter.
Right. Right now she's still in Colombia. They're just trying to get her medical care right now. It's unfortunate. It really is, especially because she was there to seek asylum. And the thing that when I was reading the story that was really interesting is that the judge the judge did actually say that, hey, we're going to keep her here.
Yeah.
But it was too late. Like ICE had already deported her before it even before she already touched the plane by the time. So it's an unfortunate situation for sure.
Being that most of these ICE agents are, I don't want to categorize, I don't want to say this and sound bad saying it, but being that they are one-sided type of people, like they are this side, whatever that side is, we all probably know what side that is, they are this side. And that side usually, and that side, the right side, that side usually is pro-life, pro this. So as somebody that is pregnant, you would think that you would treat this lady with a little bit more, something of substance because she is carrying a baby. And for you to be somebody that is pro-life and not pro-death, you would probably treat her with just a little bit more respect and a little bit more, hey, this lady has a baby, so let's kind of take care of her a little bit more. So what is that, I mean? What are we doing?
That's a very interesting point. I never really thought about kind of how the pro-life crowd feels about really all the things that we're seeing. Because even if you do support getting illegal immigrant criminals out of the country, as soon as you know that it's also applying to non-criminals who are just illegally here in this country, the way that they're being removed is not really pro-life. You can be pro-life and wanting somebody to be able to be born, but what about the life when they're living? Do they not matter anymore? That is an interesting point.
I would argue, and I hate to say it, but you're saying the illegal immigrants that aren't committing crimes, it's counterproductive because you broke a crime as soon as you entered the country illegally. That's at least how I interpret the law as. You came here illegally and you broke the law. Should they have treated her with a little bit more respect? Yes, because I'm seeing in the story that she was detained at the time in Louisiana or Illinois, one of the two. No, it was Louisiana. She was detained there, and she was pregnant at the time also. So it's dang, how are we going to keep her in an ICE facility while she's pregnant? But at the same time, it's you kind of should have known what you was getting yourself into. This is the risk that you took. It's unfortunate. I'm just trying to look at it from a legal standpoint, though. It's you broke the law as soon as you entered in. Why would you put your child in that type of situation? But then when you take into the different caveats, she also, her dad was killed in Colombia because her dad was fighting against the corrupt system. So it's just sick. It's unfortunate, but the law is the law,
So I don't know, do we know if she came in legally based on the fact that her mom came in seeking asylum and came in legally? Because we know that ICE has been arresting immigrants as they're showing up for court cases, so they could potentially be here legally.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not just that they're all here illegally, that they're, who are getting deported. Everybody's finding themselves hogtied and, just trapped in buildings and accosted. And, even if I'm showing up and trying to do the process right, whether I'm at the house or at the courthouse. So, I mean, I don't know if you can really make that argument as, just like a black and white thing that's happening.
You're right. And it's none of it is black and white. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you're completely right when it comes to that. None of it is black and white. It's completely gray. Colombians, I'm looking at it right now, and correction on my end, but Colombians can and do seek asylum internationally due to ongoing violence and political instability, with over 102,000 people applying worldwide in 2024. So she probably was one of those people that was seeking asylum. It's still a developing story. Yeah, you're right. I'll give you that. That you're right. If she was seeking asylum and they was waiting and there was supposed to be a process, there's no reason why you should have sent her out of the country. Yeah.
I mean, it's a sticky topic. Everybody's got thoughts. Some people just feel like it doesn't matter. They shouldn't be here. It does, who cares? And we don't want the baby born in the United States because the baby's going to be, people think it's like a whole like trap kind of situation. I don't think some of those comments are very humane. You know what I mean? Because if somebody's saying, I fled my country, I'm here because I'm scared to go back and I'm pregnant. And you're like, bump you. I don't care. We don't want you. You're illegally here. Good luck.
That's wild.
Good riddance. It's like, geez, is that what we're doing here?
Wild.
So the argument to that is just my only argument I can't really actually say is like, so if there's already people that's trying to seek asylum and Colombia is such a bad place, then why not let America just come over and govern your system then? What's the issue with doing that? Because if it's such a bad place for a lot of people and it's being run by drug cartels, then wouldn't you want America so you don't have to worry about coming to America to seek asylum? You would already be an American citizen.
The U.S. works with Colombia, so they have a partnership that kind of got, muddied with the whole Maduro thing. But historically, our two countries have worked together. And I will also say some people will say that the U.S. puts sanctions on all these countries and then is shocked when their economy fails and people start to flee because of the U.S. sanctions. So it's kind of like, I'm kind of responsible for why your people are fleeing in the first place. And now I'm going to go, make it worse on you guys or say, maybe I should come in and step in and fix this when I kind of caused the problem to begin with. So that's kind of where I think some people might have some pushback.
I hear it.
But moving on, because we do talk a lot about ICE. It's a big story.
It
you know what I
huge.
mean? It's like the story, I think, right now of our lifetime at this point. 'Cause
huge.
it's like, we'll be telling our kids about like how all this
100%.
went down. It's really interesting. Also interesting, there is some potentially contaminated kerosene sold here in Metro Atlanta that could cause an explosion, apparently.
Yeah. So I'm getting that up, but do you guys know what kerosene is used for?
Yeah, lighting the little
lighting
stuff.
Things. Yeah, on fire.
Yeah, just lighting stuff. Yeah.
Heaters,
I was trying to find out what it lights, but just light stuff. Yeah, just light stuff.
Yeah, so kerosene is used in home heaters and lamps, especially during colder months. Gasoline has a much lower flash point than kerosene, and it's used to gasoline ignites more easily. So during a routine fuel inspection, the Georgia Department of Agriculture identified possible gasoline contamination inside of the kerosene that was being sold at a Chevron station in Gainesville. Again, gasoline inside of kerosene makes it more able to light on fire. So it's extremely dangerous. It could cause explosions. And state inspectors found that kerosene sold at the location was possibly contaminated with gasoline. And officials warned that gasoline contaminated kerosene can cause fires and explosions. So just be careful. If you bought some kerosene around the Gainesville area, you might want to go and return it.
Well, you're talking about Gainesville. They probably about to have a ball with that. They live in the woods. They about to have a ball. Kerosene fire, blow up. But
a ball or a terrible time.
Yeah. Either one. Yeah. Either one.
Because officials are saying that if you got this, don't use it under any circumstances. So like, this is so serious, which is crazy because people were literally stocking up on this stuff because of Ice-Mageddon.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? This is the worst possible time for you to, oops, you know, it might cause an explosion if you use this.
Everybody's house is blowing up. Just,
Boom, another one.
Yeah.
Boom, another one.
Yeah. And then look, they come through and they make a resort. It's like how they, hey, look. Now I'm starting to learn these things now.
Starting to see how they move.
Starting to see what's going on. My third eye is open. You know?
Yeah, so the gas station is offering refunds to the customers that did buy the kerosene. So just be careful. Like I said, be careful.
At the same time, like, did they say which Chevron is in Gainesville that had this? Because Chevron's not going to send you an email like, hey, you know, you were the one who bought it from here. So how would you possibly know anybody who bought it from any Chevron in the city of Gainesville?
It's like the Chevron's just down the street. Just if you go to this Chevron and then you go to this Chevron and then you go to this Chevron, just go to. Matter of fact, go to all the Chevrons.
All the Chevrons.
Yeah, go to all the Chevrons. Figure out which one is it, and then you know.
Shoot, at this point, even if I didn't get it at Chevron, if I knew the brand, I'd be like, I bought this from here. Just give me my money back.
Get my money back, bro.
Because I don't need it anymore. Ice-Mageddon's over.
That's done.
Shoot, get at least get a little money back from it.
Straight up. I don't even think they take returns at gas stations though, Lana.
That's what they're saying.
Oh,
like, they'll have to refund you.
Oh, they will.
Right?
I'll
I mean,
bet.
if you gave them something that could literally blow your house up, I mean, and you're telling me not to use it? Yeah, a gas station offering refunds to affected customers.
There it goes.
Hey, you better give me my money back. What you mean you just gave me a bomb that I can't use?
Low key.
Dang, they just gave people bombs. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Folks was lit.
Low key.
Y'all didn't hear from us.
Didn't hear it.
Y'all didn't hear from us.
Man, okay, so this is really interesting. We know our officers have a very tough job, and actually the Fayette County Sheriff's Department just dropped a video of a high-speed chase they had to deal with a couple days ago. So why don't we just show you this? This was apparently a result of getting a couple of calls about, my gosh. Dang, my gosh. This was a result of them getting calls about a stolen vehicle, and then they saw one that matched the description of that vehicle. So, you know, this red SUV here. So they try to stop this car, but it doesn't work. They obviously just take off down the road. In fact, can you just play that again just to give people one more look? Drove past the officer, so they tried to do a traffic stop. Vehicle refused to stop. They end up in this situation right here. And actually, the officer was about to give up and about to say, like, hey, you know, it is what it is. But then it flipped.
Yo.
They said it reached high speeds of over 150 miles an hour. 115 on that road, miles an hour.
Now, I have always, and this is I never want to get into a situation, but I've always had like dreams of getting in a high speed chase, like what that would feel like to like outrun the police. Have y'all never had like that thought of like, man, what if I just stepped on the gas real quick, like as a police coming up to your car, and it's like all I got to do is press the gas and leave, and I'm out of here.
You a YN for real?
Hey, bro, I've always had like dreams of like just driving away and just getting in a high speed chase. Never want to, by the way, but always had like, man, that'll be fun.
I was like last year old when I realized that we could actually run from the police. Like people with nice cars, Hellcats, could actually like get away.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
At one point in time, the police would stop.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I thought they just kept on going and kept on trying to hound you until they found you.
GSP don't stop, so do not try to outrun GSP. Hey, everybody out there, do not try to outrun GSP because they will. They got it. I mean, their gas is just refill itself. I don't even know. The gas tank refill itself. It don't run out of gas because they will not stop until they get you, bro. Like at all. So do not try to outrun GSP at all.
The driver was a 17-year-old.
Oh, wow. Didn't know that.
According to police.
Dang.
Yeah, man. These people have a death wish. Some of these kids, boy.
They don't have any fear.
No fear.
They don't have any fear.
I mean, it's insane. But
17? Sheesh.
Yeah, we do have to leave it right there. We'll be right back after this quick break.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, It's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 Mornings with Mero. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Leah Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One.
You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all. That's
Let's
it.
go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class?
Where are you supposed to be?
Oh, man, you supposed to be in class, man.
Rihanna has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey, let's go!
Get ready. The legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where's my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic Flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. First, here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What they do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's going to trust that. Any of
This sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.
Welcome back to Hot 97 News Atlanta. Got a lot of interesting stories to talk about this last half hour here. Atlanta's top veneer specialist says he is not guilty of a long list of charges.
About 100.
But he didn't do it, he says.
A long list. So a lot of y'all remember this story. Brandon Dillard marketed himself as Atlanta's top veneer specialist. He ran this cosmetic business under names like A-List Smiles, Atlanta, and related brands from 2021 to 2024. And I know a lot of y'all probably got y'all teeth done by this man. And look at this. I would never in my life let no light-skinned man who put a filter on put teeth in my mouth.
He looks like a nice, upstanding gentleman.
Yeah,
Facts.
whatever. That is wild. But anyway, he ended up pleading not guilty to over 100 charges.
Sheesh.
Over 100. Total count, to be quite specific, is 113.
Wow.
So I'll just run you down a few of those accounts. Okay. 1 count of violation of Georgia RICO Act, 54 counts of theft by deception,
RICO.
24 counts of practicing dentistry without a license, 2 counts of practicing medicine without a license, 21 counts of battery. Wait a minute, battery?
Battery is crazy.
What was he?
21 counts?
God, dog. 6 counts of possession of dangerous drugs, 1 count of theft by taking, 1 count of commercial gambling, 1 count of conspiracy to commit insurance fraud, 1 count of conspiracy to defraud subdivision of state, 1 count of criminal solicitation to commit a felony. Boy, yeah, Brandon Dillard.
That is crazy,
My
bro.
boy, that's wild. And I mean, all jokes aside, I do know people that went to him to get their teeth.
What, him specifically?
Really? Yeah, man,
Whoa.
I do know a ton, man. Like when the veneer boom happened and everybody was like getting veneers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there was a bunch of techs out there that were, claiming to be specialists and stuff, and especially in Atlanta, everybody was a BBL tech, a this tech, a that, everybody. So nobody was really paying, real money to real doctors. They were all going to side people. So yeah, man, you could have made a killing if you were a veneer tech and just running it out your career.
Just figuring it out, apparently. Man. Did the people who went to him look good afterwards?
Oh, yeah, their teeth look great.
Oh.
But I don't know how they look now. I mean...
Yeah, you know what
I mean?
Yeah.
So I think veneers have a lifespan of like 10 to 15 years, and after that, you got to get them redone.
Boy.
Yeah.
So I did just look it up because I was also trying to figure out how battery happens. Because I was thinking maybe if somebody got hurt during the process, if you nick something, maybe they count as battery. And yeah, it says each act of unwanted or harmful physical contact during treatment can be charged as battery.
Really? They said he made millions. Like millions of dollars off of this.
That's
Millions of dollars off of this. They said he made. So go ahead.
Well, so they're basically saying that he didn't have a license. Well, actually, I'm looking. It says veneer technicians are generally unlicensed individuals, often with only a few days of training, who apply veneers without formal dental qualifications. Legally and medically, only licensed dentists should apply veneers. So if you go into a veneer tech,
wait, what?
Yeah, your veneer tech, like veneer tech isn't a thing, basically, y'all.
Yeah, that sounds like it's something you made up. But I still think you have to have a license to be a dentist, though.
Yeah, you have to have a license to be a dentist. Did he have a license to be a dentist at all?
No, but I'm also like you got to have some type of license to work on people's mouths.
Wait, yeah, you're saying it's legal?
No, I'm saying it's illegal. Like a veneer tech. So
veneer tech, the job is illegal.
Yeah, that is like not a thing. Basically, it's unlicensed individuals usually.
Okay. I thought you were saying like that was like a thing. This is like everybody knows this. I'm like, I didn't know that.
Dentists are supposed to be the only ones that do this. So he was claiming he was a veneer tech.
He was claiming to be a veneer tech.
What the world? We really just sat there and made that up.
A veneer specialist, as one would say. That was just his claim to be a veneer specialist. But he probably was like, hey, I'm a dentist. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he was like, I'm a veneer. That's like his Instagram bio. Top veneer specialist. You know what I'm saying?
He made that up though. That's so crazy.
I mean, he definitely did. But hey.
That is not a thing, y'all. Only dentists are supposed to be putting stuff in your teeth. Did you go to a dentist or a veneer tech?
I went to a dentist. Yeah. These are done. These are done.
Oh, man. That is crazy.
It took me actually years to even be able to tell people have veneers. I low-key still can't tell.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, some people,
We've got them big old rabbit
jumping
white
on
ones.
steaks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But some people just look they just look good teeth. Like, they look like good teeth.
Did mine look normal?
Smile?
Yeah, they did.
I would never know.
Yeah.
Never in a million years.
Yeah.
I could tell.
No, you couldn't.
No, I'm playing.
No, I would say no.
They're really good, bro.
Nobody
really
could.
I could literally never tell.
Yeah,
until you said it like one day, I was like, oh, dang. They do this really well these days.
So with it lasting only 10 to 15 years, you're not worried about that at all? Like,
nah, man, I was just gonna get them redone.
How does it like, what is the process? Do they have to like remove teeth? Do they put it over teeth?
So I had baby teeth in my mouth. So I had 5 baby teeth in my mouth. So they took all the baby teeth out of my, I don't even know the condition.
So they just never fell out?
They just never fell out. What you laughing at, Marion? Wait, what you laughing? She laughing at.
He was a grown man with baby teeth.
Yes, a grown man, grown man with baby teeth. Yes, and
he's like, ha ha ha.
That's crazy, dog. That's crazy.
But yeah, they took all my baby teeth out, and then they shaved down the teeth that I have up here, because down here is not all. These are real.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but just up top. So they took out those, shaved them down, and then put like bridges with veneers on top. Yeah.
So is it just like permanently white now?
Yeah. I mean, no, they could stain.
But like generally,
they don't stain. But I got mine to match the shade of the teeth on the bottom.
Yeah.
So I didn't want mine like extra white. I want my teeth to look
corny,
white, but look like normal, like, oh, he brushes his teeth every day.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
So I've seen that they could even fall out sometimes.
Yeah,
and
you're not
like
supposed to
now
eat
you have
certain
just like a shaved down little
Mm-hmm.
tooth.
Yeah.
That didn't scare you, just shaving down your teeth?
No, because I have, so these are veneers, but they're bridges. So if one falls out, the whole thing has to fall out.
So it's like a grill almost.
Yeah, essentially, bro.
With the veneer.
With the veneer, yeah. But also, like, yeah, they will, like, you're not supposed to eat certain stuff. Like rock candy. I can't eat rock candy, but who? I mean,
you're not missing anything.
Like, so it's like stuff super hard. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I ain't supposed to eat nothing. You know what I mean? So,
Man,
yeah.
that is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, they used to scare you all the time as a kid, like, oh, you can't do this. Your teeth are going to fall out. Now you got an unlimited like life hack of just perfect teeth.
Yeah, whoever invented veneers, shout out to you.
That's crazy.
Bro. Shout out to you, because I had to get my teeth fixed. I cannot walk around with no more baby teeth.
And other people honestly do have baby teeth.
Yeah, for
still,
sure.
Probably so. It's nothing to laugh at.
And also, veneers are not just for that. A lot of people's teeth are just bad. They have gum disease. They have, rotten teeth and stuff like that. That just are genetically, that's how they are. So, a lot of people get veneers because they literally have to. You know what I'm saying? So the veneers are always not a bad thing to get, or people, oh, you just get veneers because you got money, or you trying to do this. No, man, like some people actually need veneers.
The smile changes like absolutely everything about your face. You know what I mean? So it's totally a situation to me where I'm like, you gotta get it.
Well, I know.
Because your life changed,
Trying
didn't
to
it?
tell
Boy,
you. Look,
women came out of the woodwork.
Hey, whoa, wait, hold on now. Hold on. Women did not come out the woodwork.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to gas you up.
Jeez, man, trying to get me in trouble with my fiance. So, yeah, man, your teeth do make a huge difference, bro. They make a huge, your face changes, your mood changes, like everything changes. You start getting opportunities. Shout out to Hot 97.
So with veneer techs not being a thing, I'm looking at it right now. It says that like there are programs that offer 2-day non-accredited or online programs to become a veneer tech. Often they use non-professional, sometimes unsafe materials or kits from online retailers, and then they're also unrecognized by the American Dental Association. This is a scam. Mark my word, this is gonna become a thing in like the next 2-3 years. Like, what? I thought veneer techs was an actual thing.
No.
I'm
not the only one, because he racked up millions.
I don't know how it goes on that long when it's
neither.
illegal. So I'm a bit confused myself about how they're pulling this off. But Alto Keys, we see you, my guy. You got baby teeth too?
Oh, shout out.
They just straight and pearly. Don't feel bad, Rondell.
Oh,
See, I know. Amen.
Listen, I didn't feel bad at all. I just wanted to get them done.
Super C, you said you never had braces. I had braces.
I did.
These are the product of braces for sure.
So you had I had braces. I had braces too.
Boy, I was
on
so
baby
mad.
teeth. On baby teeth.
On baby teeth too.
I had braces on baby teeth.
Interesting.
Stupid.
You were mad about it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, moving on. Guys, do you remember the actor who played in that movie, The Blind Side? It was about an NFL player, Michael Orr, who's, moved in with his family and ends up, becoming this big old NFL player. The actor is on life support right now. Crazy. He's in a hospital here in Atlanta. He had a serious health crisis. And according to the GoFundMe that was posted about this, he's battling a blood infection that doctors are trying to treat right now. And it's crazy because so many people probably have, just a lot of sentiments toward him because of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He really touched a lot of people just sharing somebody else's story.
Yeah.
It was a good movie.
It was a really nice movie. And
Yeah.
so they said it was something wrong with his blood or something?
Said it was a blood infection that doctors are treating. And according to the recent updates from that fundraiser, it says that he's opened his eyes, he's regained some sensation in his foot, but he's still critical and he's expected to require just therapy going forward and a wheelchair upon release. So, you just hate to see that.
Where is SAG at when y'all? Why is he's collecting money when SAG should be? This should be a SAG thing. He should have SAG. Like, he's done one of the most iconic movies. It's a very classic movie.
Yeah.
Why is he not in SAG? And this is my argument when it comes to the Screen Actors Guild. I argue this all the time. SAG, bruh, you got to take care of your people, SAG. You got to take care of your people. You have to.
Yeah, you know what? And that's a really good point because I imagine I make you millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars and something happens to me. I go down and you just
don't look anywhere.
Prayers, thoughts and prayers. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, That's crazy. And you know what? I honestly felt like this is part of the reason why they all went on strike. All those people who were on camera and off camera in the entertainment industry, because it's like, y'all don't care about us.
At all.
Right.
It's crazy. And at that point, they were talking about putting AI, being able to use their likeness. So they're literally saying, like, we just don't even care about you and putting you in our movies. But if you sign this, like, we can just use you in maybe this tiny little part, and then we'll use your AI little model for the rest of it and only pay you, $5. It's really diabolical how they do these people.
It is, bro. Like, the Screen Actors Guild needs to step up and start taking care of their people, man. Like, before AI was here, like, real people were here giving you good movies and giving you good TV shows and good theater and good this. So it's like, bro, for this man, there should never once be an actor that has done a box office movie that has done numbers and has to ask for a fundraiser because they have crisis going on in their life. This man should not be raising money. $12,000. Screen Actors Guild should have came together and been like, hey, let's figure out a way to take care of this dude. All right? Like, how can we take care of him? And that sucks.
Yeah.
But they have raised more than $12,000. It just, it does seem like, why are you asking the people for money?
Come on, bro.
Well, like, why do you have to ask the people for money? How are the people deciding, like, we will give you something for this? And people with millions of dollars, that film grossed over $300 million worldwide. You made somebody a multi-millionaire.
Multi.
Yeah. That's really
crazy.
$300 million worldwide.
Unless he signed a bad contract, but I hope.
Come on, I mean,
hope he didn't.
That was a pretty huge role, though. And that's the thing that is kind of interesting about, like, contracts and how you almost need to have guilds in a sense, or something to where they can protect you, because when you're a talent, you're just gonna go. Like, you're just gonna take whatever they give you because you're thirsty. You want that next move, and you're not necessarily thinking about the negative implications that come on top of it. I'm not saying that he did, but I'm saying from my personal experience, he may not have, like, gotten paid for real from that. I don't know. I don't know.
Because we'd have to look that up. How much did he make? Ooh, how much did he make? Boy, because if you tell me this man didn't come away with a solid chunk of cash after that, man, that would break my heart. Because that is what happens to these people, you know what I mean, in the music industry and in the entertainment industry in general, where it's like, you're making other people millions of dollars. You people are broke in some cases. Even in the news business. Ooh, no.
Wow.
No.
Bro, my man reportedly made about $100,000 for this Rolling Blindside.
Yeah. Bro, I mean, it's like but like
$100,000.
To his point, though, when you're first getting started into the scene, like, this is your big shot. You think this is your big goal. You gonna take whatever they offer you,
but
bro.
See, that is the issue when you don't have good management and agents behind you, because even if you get a good shot, this is my breaking movie, your agent should be behind you going, $100,000? No, bro. Like, we gonna sign this for this. We gonna sign this for this. We gonna sign this for this. My man didn't even get residuals for this movie. They don't even he didn't even do a profit share. Like, no profit share for this. So you screwed him. $100,000. And granted, nobody really knew how big Blindside would be.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure their budget behind Blindside was so much to where they were going to push this movie. It had Sandra Bullock in it. And Tim McGraw. Come on now, dog. Like, come on.
Right.
There was a super white people right there. You know what I'm saying?
White.
Literally.
Like Sandra Bullock and Tim McGraw. Come on now. So, yeah, for you not to give my man some type of back. And also, Michael Orr didn't even like the movie.
That's right.
Didn't even like the movie. So it's like, bro, it's so much, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It says that the film was produced by Alcon Entertainment and released and distributed by Warner Brother Pictures. So that is a big name that is, like, involved in this. And for him to only have gotten 100,000 of 300 M's
For being like the main guy.
Hold on, I gotta see how much Sandra Bullock made off of that movie. Let me see.
Oh, bro, she probably made a couple M's, brother. Couple M's.
Just off name recognition alone.
Come on now.
Sandra
What are we
Bullock.
talking about?
But, there's no Sandra Bullock slander allowed in my household.
Oh, not me either.
Because I love Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock is one of them white people that we fight for. Yeah.
She's coming to the cookout.
Yeah. She's one of the ones we
She's cool,
fight
man.
for. Yeah.
And in part because of that movie.
Yeah.
She was fighting for him. You know what I mean?
Very.
So, yeah, man, I don't know how much she made, but she deserves it.
She does.
My guy just deserved more. So, we do wish him a speedy recovery. Hopefully everything ends up well. I know you're looking that up.
It says that she made approximately $5 million from The Blind Side.
$5 million.
$5 million.
And somebody else made $100,000.
Who was the main character, by the way?
He was
the main character, by the way. He was the main character, by the way.
That hurts. That hurts.
Whatever.
Ah, man. All right. Well, on that bright note, listen, man. Atlanta is no longer the world's busiest airport, allegedly. Apparently, do you know where it is? Not in New York, not in LA, Chicago. O'Hare was the busiest airport in the United States based on aircraft operations and the number of planes taken off and landing. And that is from the data from 2025. So we can no longer say we're the world's busiest airport.
Dang, we need to get that back.
Actually, no, we don't, because it is too full.
You think
Y'all
so?
can have it. Oh my God, I hate the lines at the airport, and I got TSA pre-check.
Yeah, I love the airport.
Do you?
I love the airport. Let me tell you, man, when I go on any vacation, I am at the airport 2 to 3 hours early.
Just to enjoy it?
Just to enjoy that. Because the airport, I think people have gotten out of the airport is supposed to be an experience. You're not supposed to go and by the rush to get on your flight. You're supposed to go in, bruh. First of all, Hartsfield is a beautiful airport. So it's like,
that's true.
Go experience there. Go hit a terminal too.
Don't get on the plane train. Go down and get on a little moving sidewalk.
And then if you do hit the plane train, get off at each stop. Go hit a terminal. When I was drinking, I would go to each bar at each terminal, bro. Like literally, I would hit a bar at each terminal and hang out. You never know who you might meet. I done met some cool people.
Interesting.
Yeah, man. I enjoy the airport.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it right now. Atlanta looks like they're disputing that claim though. So it's a little beef right now going on between O'Hare and Hartsfield Jackson, because they're saying that Hartsfield Jackson, Atlanta reported 807,000 aircraft takeoffs, and O'Hare reported 857,000 aircraft takeoffs, but Atlanta is expected to lead. This is what some of the officials was saying, that Atlanta reported 792,000 commercial passengers, and they said that the passengers are what really count, while O'Hare only had 774,000 passengers. So it's like, they're like, what data are you going based off? What data are you going to use? Because we think that the amount of passengers that we push is what makes us number one. But O'Hare is saying, oh no, it's the actual flights.
Do they get like an award or something? Like, why are they fighting over this? They got nothing better to do? It's crazy.
Yeah,
Atlanta is so petty too, because they was like, look at us. We even got more military people that ride on to our air flight and airlines also. So it's crazy, man. It's interesting. We beefing. I'm sticking beside Atlanta. Hartsfield Jackson, I'm with you.
Oh yeah, I love Hartsfield.
Probably they do smoothly get you, through. You know what I mean? For how busy it actually is, lines, are where they are, but they'll get you through.
Get you through.
You know what I mean?
Get you through, and it's fun. The airport is fun. Y'all go enjoy the airport every once in a while, man. Y'all don't realize how much I love, because when you in the airport, you know you're going somewhere.
Yeah, that's so true.
You know what I'm saying?
Exciting.
It's exciting. You know you're going somewhere.
Yeah.
You're not in the airport just to hang out, but you know, like once you get there, bruh, I'm about to get a bite to eat. Might stop by the Chick-fil-A at Terminal B. Might go up to the Chili's at Terminal C. I know where all this is. I know where all this is. You know what I'm saying? And then you get your little bite to eat and you hang out.
That is a flex though, because sometimes you get to the airport, I'm like, man, I don't know what I want to eat is. But I do know about that Chick-fil-A. I do know about that Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And everything on F. Do you ever go to F?
I've never been to F.
Are you serious?
Nah.
Oh, they got a whole food court.
Word?
On F. Yes.
Oh, I need to slide.
They got like an Italian restaurant. They got a Varsity.
What?
They
need to slide to F. Wait.
They got a couple.
You ain't been to...
What?
He ain't been in the airport at all.
Wherever Spirit Airlines is, I'm at Spirit Airlines.
Is that D?
Is
that D?
I don't know. Whatever Spirit Airlines is, I'm on that terminal.
Come on.
You got to get off the plane train, walk to the MARTA bus, hop on the MARTA bus, go to another airport to get the Spirit.
I think they got a Popeyes.
Yeah. That's like they throwing chicken at you. Here you go, darling.
Oh, man.
Crazy.
Okay. Man, also, everybody's wondering who is going to replace Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah.
We saw Marjorie Taylor Greene say, I'm up out of here. I no longer want to do this whole lawmaker thing with you guys. This is corrupt. This is just like stupid. We can't get anything done. So she stepped down early because she was going to have to run for re-election. And she was basically saying, that's about to get real ghetto and I don't want to be a part of it. So I'm leaving. And so now this weekend, there are 17 Republican candidates trying to take her seat, basically. So this weekend, they are going to have this whole event where there's going to be a multi-stage forum process to basically narrow the field ahead of a special election. So in other words, they know that y'all don't know who to pick out of 17, so we're just going to narrow these down right now. So this is a forum happening on Saturday. It's designed as a kind of a meet and greet situation. The candidates are going to have individual tables. Voters can talk to them directly, ask them some questions. Everybody's going to get a little passport situation that's stamped after visiting with each candidate, and the completed passports are entered into a raffle. So they made it fun. But yeah, man, so that's how everybody's going to decide who is going to be eligible to run for the seat.
What? That is the wildest way to pick.
A little Hunger Games action.
Yeah, that is the wildest way to choose who go sit somewhere that's important. What?
I think that's because you get to ask them directly, like, so what do you think about this? What do you think about this? You know what I mean? Otherwise, they really don't care what we think.
All right.
This is probably the only time, actually, they care what you think.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Because they're going to get in Congress like Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying and just say, bump y'all. Like, whatever the people want, we don't care.
True.
We need to listen to the lobbyists and the people who are paying us, so...
Yeah, I thought it was so interesting. So it's actually 22 people in total that's running. So that's 5 Democrats, 17 Republicans. Why do people want this position so much, you may be asking? I mean, I think what they're trying to get to is like a closer, because Marjorie Taylor was so close to like the Trump administration. They're thinking that when they fulfill that spot in that position, they might be able to have that same closeness with the administration also.
I think it would depend on how they come in there and act. Because Marjorie Taylor Greene was like a bulldog for Trump. You know what I mean? She was going down with that man. He went over a cliff. She was going with them. Up until last year, when it randomly changed. I don't know what went on with Marjorie Taylor Greene. In fact, you can even see some of her recent tweets from just what happened in Minnesota, I should say. She was basically saying, and it's a lot. You can screenshot it if you're looking at this online, but she's still on the wavelength of taking steps away from what the Trump administration was saying. Of course, now we have an update that Trump himself is kind of also distancing himself from what some people in his administration were saying. But she came out, from the rip and was like, this whole thing is a disaster. And does anybody remember the health care that the Republicans promised that they were going to have figured out when the government was shut down last year? She's calling it out. I don't know what is going on with this lady or why she just 180'd like this. Again, she would probably argue that the Trump administration 180'd and she has been standing on business and firm on what she's always been saying. But I respect her a lot actually for this, because it's very hard to be in politics and change, allegiances or shy away from what the party wants to do. Not a lot of people are doing this kind of stuff.
So what questions would you ask these people I'm specifically asking you, Lana. What questions would you ask these people if you were able to ask them at the multi-stage forum? Like, what would you?
I would ask, number one, how do you plan to work with the other side?
Okay.
Because I'm so sick of just the constant infighting. I don't want to see it. I'm tired. I'm sick of it. So how are you going to make sure you are working with the other side to make sure things are happening for me? I would also ask how they plan to make sure anything happens at all that's in my interest, and how many times they plan to come back to the community and give like a town hall or just some kind of status update. Because what Marjorie Taylor Greene was saying previously is that they get into Congress, they introduce all these bills, aka this is what I would like to see happen for my community, or this is what I would like to see happen for America, and then the leadership just does nothing with it. They don't call it to the floor for them to discuss, so it goes nowhere. So I have all of these ideas that I told you back at home, and I get there, I can't do anything. I want to know how you think you're not just talking to me right now, and how you actually think you're going to pull this stuff off.
To your point, another question that I would ask is, how much money are you making right now?
Who's funding you?
And then when you get out of office, how much money are you anticipating to get once you get out of office? Because I'm looking at it right now. This is just online speculation. Net worths online is always iffy, but I'm seeing that She's made like millions from being in this position.
A lot of these lawmakers are coming out on real good. After being a lawmaker, are you making millions from anything that they have done for us?
Not at
How
all.
are y'all all making millions?
Yeah.
Because the salary is not that high to be a lawmaker. So something's happening. That's a good point. Who's funding you and how do you plan to be making your money?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we got questions. That's a go to. So if you go there, make sure you ask it on
Might be
behalf
there.
of us.
I might be there.
I might be there.
I might be there.
You're not even a constituent. But that is going to do it for us, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. We will see you tomorrow.
Peace.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 mornings with Mero. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Leah Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One.
You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all. That's
Let's
it.
go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class? Oh, man, you supposed to be in class, man.
Rihanna has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey, let's go!
Get ready, the legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip-hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic Flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. We're here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What it do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's gonna trust that. Any of
This sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.